Hey, what's up? It's Ben Nathan, the Benjamin. I just wanted to talk to those who feel like God is angry with them. I totally understand how you feel. I felt that way too. Like I'm literally growing away from God. Like every day I become farther and farther and more sinful. Just recently I found Psalm 14, which has helped me to understand this a little bit. Trust me, it's not a happy go lucky psalm. It basically says, it's really condemning. It basically says, evildoers know nothing, they never call on God. The more times I sin and don't call on Him so I can abstain, I literally feel like I know Him less and have greater doubts over His love for me and greater doubts over the encouragement of other Christians. Like the more I don't call on Him, I literally know less about Him. Like I'm walking backwards in my faith. And God knows us. He knows you. He knows your situation. Trust me. When He talked about forgiveness, He was talking right to you. Let me show you. In Joel 2:12 it says, "Even now return to the Lord with all your heart, with fasting and weeping and humility." Notice that even now, he was totally talking to you. In Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 4 it says, "Even if you have been banished to the most distant land under the heavens," again, he's talking straight to you. "From there the Lord your God will gather you and bring you back." He's talking about your heart and where you are spiritually. As far away as you may be, you could be as far away as possible. He will bring you back. In Nehemiah chapter 9, verses 17 through 19, it says, "People refuse to listen to God and remember Him. They go their own way and become rebellious. But God is forgiving, gracious, compassionate, slow to anger. He's not mad, and abounding in love. He doesn't desert or disqualify sinners even when they commit awful blasphemies. Because of His compassion, He doesn't abandon them when they are far away." Notice how it said awful blasphemies, that they're forgiven. When you fall into sexual immorality, you are blaspheming against your body, which is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And I wanted to let you know today that God has forgiven that blasphemy, but not so you could keep on. "Go and sin no more," He says. I just wanted to let you know that you're forgiven today. You don't have to hold on to that guilt. It's time to move forward and that you can do so much better. If you think that God is angry and doesn't want to forgive you, that puts you in some pretty good company. It puts you in company with Moses, Elijah, Jonah, David, Paul, John, and many other great biblical figures, including just the common ones, the common sinners like Zacchaeus and Barabbas. They thought God wouldn't forgive them, but He did, and He did great things through them, and it's the same plan that He has for you. Adam felt the very same way that you feel, that God couldn't possibly forgive him after he ate from the tree and disobeyed God. You know what Adam did? He hid. He hid from God because he was ashamed. You know what God did? God approached him and asked him in Genesis 3:9, "Where are you?" Of course, God knew where he was, and God knows where you are. He asked him that question so that he could reflect. Where are you? Really? In here. In here. Where are you? Give it some thought. That's what God wanted Adam to do. He wanted him to think. I went from obeying God and worshiping Him to lying to Him, disobeying Him, and running away from Him so that He couldn't find out. Where am I? What am I doing with my life? Give it some thought. He knows that you're far. He cares about you. In Exodus chapter 3, verse 7, He says that the cries of my people concern me. God hears you. He's concerned about you, and He's asking you today, where are you? Where are you at? He wouldn't do that if He had given up on you. He hasn't given up on you. Here are His words to you today. I care about you. 1 Peter 5:7. You mean the world to me. Job 7:17. I don't condemn you. Go and sin no more. John 8:11. Where are you? Genesis 3:9. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. James 4:8. It wasn't too late for the criminal on the cross next to Jesus that was forgiven at the end of his life after a life filled with sin. He had done nothing good. He was on the cross and actually deserved it. He admitted that to Jesus. He asked for forgiveness, and he said, "Use me, God. God, let me come into your heaven. Bring me to paradise today. I admit my wrongs." And when you confess, God is faithful and just and will forgive you. And Jesus said, today, not tomorrow, today, right now, you will enter with me into paradise. Go and sin no more. It wasn't too late for the criminal on that cross, and it's not too late for you. God does love you. God bless you.